Welcome to Peep This Out Reviews with Ian K.
Stay frosty.
Top of the evening to you, and happy St. Paddy's Day, everyone, from Ian K, creator, producer, and host of Peep This Out Reviews here on YouTube. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the St. Paddy's Day stream, guys. You can't really get much better than this right now. It's on the actual day. And shout out to Buzz7332 with the first super chat of the evening. Thank you so much for jumping on, Buzz, and doing the do here. It looks like we've got a couple that are jumping in. What is happening here? Is that Buzz again? Yes, it is. Buzz times 2. You are craziness right there. Of course, you're down below as well as in the description. So we'll get into that in just a second. But Buzz, shout outs to you. Thanks so much. Just when the rain you think is over, it's coming back this coming week again. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday from what I last saw. So craziness there. Guys, give me the thumbs up. Let me know you can hear me okay and see me okay. And we will definitely get this spot rolling in just a second here. It is great to see everybody on. And we will say hello to a bunch of you guys here. It's great to be on here with everybody. Happy St. Paddy's Day. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the holiday. And you're wearing some form of green. I guess I am because I have a little green on my hat here. And I also have this way, actually, my green light on over here for the month as well, too. So good times across the board there. Great, you guys can see me. Excellent. Hopefully our chat over here will start moving. It is what it is. So let's see here. Nestor, yes, I saw Duncan was giving away donuts as well as Krispy Kreme yesterday and today as well. I almost thought about doing that and just having that as like a throwaway on for tonight. But it would have been just a green glazed donut and it would have been just whatever as the review. So I've got something I think that'll fit the mode pretty nicely. So good times across the boards there. Urza, can you make the BK new melts review? I've actually reviewed all of them. They're the exact same products. All three of them are up on the channel right now in the BK playlist there. Take a look at the spicy version, the regular version. I think there's a bacon variant as well in there too there as well. But take a look at them. They're all listed in the Burger King playlist for you there. Lance, woo, thanks so much for jumping on. Great to see you. There we go. It's kind of moving. Excellent, excellent. All right, guys, real quick, before I get into just saying hi to you guys from the top of the hour, let me see if we can get a few prayer hands here in the chat. It looks like I just saw a message from Larry Nguyen as I was getting ready to get started over here about his aunt actually passing away. And I'm very heartbroken to hear that naturally. Hopefully I can actually give you guys something to kind of, zone out to so you're not really thinking about that too much. But naturally, anytime, sometimes, with a family member, that's a very raw situation. So if you guys can definitely put up some prayer hands here, I'd greatly appreciate that. We have an amazing community here on the channel, as I always love to say. And tonight should be no exception naturally there. So shout outs to you, Larry. I do apologize for what you may be going through there. And again, my heart goes out to you and your family and your friends and those affected directly as well. And thank you for being here tonight as well. Hopefully we can keep you a little bit more entertained, at least for this next hour in there. But I'm thinking of you, Larry, and I appreciate you jumping on tonight for sure. Okay, let's jump to the very top over here. Let's see who we've got in the chat. Lord Darkside in effect jumping on in here. Walk to the shore for me. Great to see you as well. Hello from New York. Very nice back east there. I'm originally from Queens way back in the day. Great to see you on here as well. Thanks so much for jumping on. Emmanuel, thank you for being here as well. Wade Bowers in effect. Drew's Food Reviews doing it big. Time for the show. Zachary Belcher as well. Hello, Pepe. Let's get it tonight. Oh, we're going to. That's for sure. You already know what it is. Dante Reed, definitely great to see you as well. Just me out here as well. Sherry, what's going on? Hopefully everything is going well for you. Let's see here. Drew says we need a case of Peepsy tonight. Well, actually for Easter, I'll probably do that again, which was a lot of fun actually. I had a lot of fun checking that out. Nick Roman, thanks so much for jumping on. I definitely answered that question there. Favorite fast food burger? More of a regional thing, but for me it's always going to be the double In-N-Out. You already know, animal style, no tomatoes. Extra grilled onions, extra raw onions, just the whole situation with that. I may actually hit that up afterwards tonight. I have a feeling I might. We'll see. I am pretty hungry right now. It's kind of a light day, kind of an off day for me at the same time. I've been doing a lot of catch up on things just to try and get done for the weekend. I've got a really amazing baby shower to go to from my cousin. I believe it's tomorrow, actually. I got to take a look at the card, so I'm excited about that. Crazy. My little cousin's going to have a baby here in a few months, ironically. It's going to be crazy. So let's see here. Dante Reed, Burger King has brought back their sourdough melts. Yes. We're talking about that. And of course, you can find it in the channel. Let me see as we go a little bit further on down. I appreciate you guys sending condolences out to Larry Nguyen. Definitely one of a big supporter of the channel, always present on these live streams. I appreciate you greatly. Funky Fresh in the house. What it do? Or I should say, you know? What's cracking? What is crack-a-lacking with you, my friend? Are you funky and are you fresh is the question. And speaking of fresh, shout outs to Mama Peeps who may be watching right now on her tablet. So hopefully everything got going with that. She mentioned to me a little bit of an update as she was able to get it charged thanks to a certain angel from above, so to speak, that came to visit to take care of. So we'll have to see if she's watching this. If you're watching this, moms, big shout outs to you. I love you. I know you're going to be coming home here in the next week or so, if not sooner, I'm thinking. So we're looking forward to getting you back to normal, and you can watch this on your TV, which would be preferred. So let's see here. Logular, yes, I'm thinking it's a Friday situation, gang. You already know what it is. Mitch website, what's going on? Let's get crazy. That's a classic tune from good old Prince, Mr. Roger Nelson. Rest in peace there. Drew's food reviews. We need a triple tonight. You know, that would be pretty bomb, actually. I've done actually a 4x4. I think that was the one that I did with Joey from Joey's world tour way back in the day. I think it was a 4x4 or 5x5, one of these things. It was ridiculous, and it was pretty awesome. Michael Domayer jumping in. Thanks so much for jumping in for you on the stream tonight. Naturally, hopefully it's going to be a little bit warmer for you. I know we're in the middle of it right now, and right now it looks like it's in the mid 50s or so. It's not too bad tonight, especially after the rain. It's just been raining consistently here every other few days, and again, it's coming back again. So this is our winter, and I'm cool for it. I'm here for it. We need it. Let's get it going here. Luke Johnson, thanks so much for jumping in. Happy St. Patty's Day to you. Hopefully you guys are having some green beer or doing something that has some form of green. Green is always for money, naturally, all that good stuff as well. And of course, ironically, I have the green fonting for the chat window here. It's a theme if you get it going there with the yellow and the green. I'm the originator of that type of thing, I think, for my channel. And you already know. You already know. Funky Fresh is always fresh. You already know what it is. And I think Eno Well should be jumping on here in just a bit too. Spice Squad, thanks so much for jumping on. Great to see you. All right, as we go further on down, Drifter Nomad, I wonder what St. Patty's Day treat is going to be unveiled. A snack, a donut? Guess we will find out. Yes, everything will be revealed, but should you guys wish to jump right to the review, if you're catching this on the replay, which is if you're watching this after 12 p.m. on Sunday, you have it available to you there. Just jump down below to the chapters that I have set up there for some of the things you may want to jump to see. Naturally, everything that we'll be taking a look at tonight, and of course the review will be listed there. You can jump right to it. But naturally too, if you're like me, I like to usually podcast a lot of my favorite content creators when I'm driving. I just have it playing through my car speakers, and I'm listening to stuff. If I'm, listening to reviews or watching reviews, a little of both. Things that I'm interested in, I like to do that when I drive. Naturally, with longer live streams from some of my favorite creators, it's always fun to kind of get that inside track while you're doing your going through the drive-thru, getting your food, and just out and about. It's always fun to do that way. Let's see here. Zachary Belcher, who does music peep? This is a certified bag of situation. Very nice. YouTube does my music. It's an official track from YouTube's library, naturally, but I am glad you are digging it. That is so awesome. And let me see. Let me go on down further here. Haven't seen Ed Keaton just yet. I'm trying to get caught up on the chat here. I'm going to jump around just a little bit. But again, Lance Wu, thanks for jumping on. Hope you have some tasty St. Patty's Day treats today. I actually saved it for tonight, and then afterwards I may something with the wifey possibly. We'll have to see how it goes here for a Friday night. This is kind of like when I should be kind of coming down from the week, but naturally everything is kind of continuing because I'm very busy with a lot of things still, and of course with plans for the weekend, you have to kind of pivot a little bit to make things happen. So that is what I am doing right now. Luke Johnson, here we go, baby. This is when the stream is beginning. Let me jump on down. We're in Patty's mode. You guys can hear me and see me okay. Excellent. Yes, Larry, I saw that In-N-Out is going to have a new mini double-double. It's only at one location here in Southern Cali, and it's a moving location. As you're saying over here, the catering truck, they're going to be doing that. It's pretty much unique to that. So wherever it may be, that's how you'd be able to get that. I'd love to try and find and try that, but that would just whet my appetite for the real deal. But a mini version of the double-double sounds pretty awesome. It really does. It really does. Ed Keaton's in the house. There we go. Okay, Ed, I'm seeing you here on the chat. Great to see you, my friend. I have some chest pain since Monday. Wow. I've actually had a few things here and there myself these last few days, but I think I slept funny personally. Sometimes when I wake up, I feel like I'm just been sore for some reason there. So, Ed, if you have things going on, and that kind of continues, I would not be a bad idea to have yourself checked out. Don't wait until things kind of escalate. you may want to get yourself looked at there. Just the word to the wise, just word to the wise. James Morrison, last Friday, your live stream didn't show up in my YouTube feed. Didn't know you were live last week until you posted the replay on Sunday. What's up with that? You know what? I always tell people, make sure you hit that bell down below, but there is no guarantee that you will be notified because it's not 100% across the board for everybody. So everybody always says hit the bell for notifications when we go live, everything. But always know Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, that's always when I go live. If I'm not going to be going live, you'll be able to find something on IG Story during the day, typically the same day. So always know that, even if you're not notified, just drop in and check to see. You may be pleasantly surprised. But even still, like I said, I keep those replays available for you. I always want to make it available for my peeps who can't watch it live, but I do appreciate those who make the time to do it if you can. It means a great deal. Nestor, what's your favorite grocery store chain? You know, I don't really have a super favorite, but in terms of just some of the better value, for me, it's Ralph's, which is our version of Kroger. Here in the Southern California there, but naturally there's Vons, but that's a little bit more kind of a little bit iffy in terms of pricing. But sometimes they carry some things that some others don't, so I have to go back and forth between. But I'm pretty close to both, so it's all good there. But Ed, oh, you already in the hospital? Oh, wow. Okay, I'm seeing this right here. Okay, Ed, I'm glad you're chilling where you need to be right now. You know, I understand if you don't want to be on right now, you're in the hospital. I appreciate you watching the stream. Actually, you know, it's probably a good thing we can try and distract you just a little bit there. But let's shout outs to Ed Keaton right now. You're actually in the hospital at the moment there. I just saw that right there as I'm kind of skipping around here. But we're going to try and distract you. But if you need to do what you need to do when the docs come in, handle what you got to handle, and we'll go from there. So, all right. Drastic Actions, trying to fill my Apple Watch rings to fill myself a treat day. Nice. Very cool. Very cool. Up, Enoel. Pinched. There you go. Luke Johnson, who do you follow on podcasts? You know, I actually don't podcast specific, but some of my content creator friends that I know, they have occasional podcasts that they put out there. One of them that jumps off the top of my head is Trav Tries, believe it or not. Beer Drank Shorty does some podcast stuff. They pollinate those across YouTube as well, which is nice to see. But otherwise, I kind of treat all the other creators out there as podcasting when I'm driving because I'm literally just kind of listening to it as I go. So the more detail, the better. That's what I love watching, you know, listening to those things when I'm getting the details and things without having to kind of look too much or go back and forth. So, but yeah, you definitely need to jump on over to Trav Tries. He has a lot of fun doing that stuff as well. And it's just always fun to listen to. Everyone's, you know, got a point of view of something. And naturally, it's in the food review community, it's great to kind of hear what he has to say. All right, let's see here. Jumping on down. Noel says, I'm in trouble. Mi sister, mi familia. And speaking of mi familia and all the amazing peeps who support the channel directly, especially here on the channel direct with super chatting, PayPaling, Patreon, all that good stuff there. That stuff is available as well too there. Man, I got scared for a quick second. I just noticed the wifey is home. Anyway, guys, should you guys wish to be like Buzz7332, as we're segueing into that right now, down below you're going to notice his name there. Should you wish to show up there as well as up over here, and if you're catching this on the replay, down below in the description, of course, as an official channel sponsor, if not Patreon too there, you can definitely do that directly here and by donating direct to the channel through Super Chat. PayPaling, if you're watching this on desktop, is in the upper right-hand corner. That's a little bit more direct, and they don't take anything from you if you do that. YouTube does take a bit if you go through super chatting, but just keep in mind that anything you do towards the channel immediately goes right back into it to help create the content that I do, because as you guys know, I'm a one-man show. So should you guys wish to do that, as always, every time we do these streams, I always want to let you guys know you have those opportunities. In addition to on the regular reviews I do, that stuff is always posted in the first pinned comment. You don't have to wait for the stream to do that naturally, but it's always appreciated just to let you guys know. Thank you so much in advance for that. And to everyone who's done it already, which so far it's Buzz7332, thank you, man. As always, every week you really humble me with your kind thoughts and your generosity. So thank you very much for that. In addition to all the fun merch stuff that you guys are getting as well too there, which I do see. I do check that every few days actually, just to kind of see how many people are viewing the site and what I can do there. So thank you so much for your I'm very grateful for your support as always. So guys, welcome to St. Patty's Day. It is great to be on with you guys. Like I said, I hope you guys are having a great time doing what you're doing here today. And if for most of you guys back east, it's almost over. You've got about 45 minutes to get your green beer in and get your green donuts and get your green whatever in as well. Or make those green, make that cheddar, which is green, not orange, technically. Well, I guess it is, right? Cheddar is green. Well, money, cheddar. Okay, I'll take it. Either way, it's all good. Lance Wu, super chat donation jumping in. I'm seeing right over there. Thank you so much, Lance. Any second now, you're going to be jumping in there. I appreciate the love and support. And hopefully you're still digging your hat in there as well, too, there. I have to actually order a new version of mine that actually doesn't have the small Peep This Out reviews underneath it. It has the larger logo there. I'm going to have to actually upgrade myself here, I think. But so far, you guys are digging the stuff that I have on top of my... the knitted hat that's on there as well, or the cap, I should say, the beanie that has that logo. So watch for the update for this coming very soon. Robert Giles, am I going to be reviewing green beer? No, that would be cool to do there. But in terms of the alcohol thing, it's a little bit iffy with YouTube with stuff like that. So that's not really my forte, so to speak. But at the same time, you know what it is. Nestor Gates, wifey's home. Now you're in trouble. Nope. There's nobody here that doesn't need to be here. It is just moi. Lance, thanks so much for that. There it is right there. Stay frosty, my friend, as always. I appreciate you jumping on. And James Morrison shouting out to Ed as well. Hope you feel better. Absolutely. Just listen to what your doctor said. Take good care of yourself. That's the greatest advice right there, James. I appreciate that. Absolutely. Gumpo Chunkus, what's going on? We can't wiggle today because St. Patrick Day is against dancing. He didn't want to get too turned up. There you go. There you go. That's awesome right there. Let's see here. Dante, let me see. Did I see your response? Hang on one second. My friends are doing Stephen King's Carrie the Musical at Frank Sinatra School of the Arts. Wow, that's awesome. That is so awesome. Did you know that they're actually doing Back to the Future the musical on top of that, actually? I just saw something about that online, which is crazy. But shout outs to your friends right over there. That's awesome. I haven't actually watched the original Carrie in a long time. I remember that movie freaked me out with Sissy Spacek at the very end with her crazy mother, and then when the hand comes up, you know, through the rocks and the rubble right there. Spoiler alert, you know, sorry about that. But the movie's been out for like 40, 50 years. I think you guys are good. But you guys should be watching that. The original Carrie, not any of the boo-boo sequels that have come out or the redos that they do. The original, the real gritty looking one with John Travolta back in the day, you know. There's a name for you right there. So that should get you over to watch it if you haven't checked it out already. It's a classic. It's a classic. But that's awesome, Dante. That is very, very cool. Very, very cool. All right. Zax is not sure. Lance Wu, love the shirt. What's your favorite NES game? Wow, Castlevania probably. That's probably going to be the main. The very first one, the hardest one. And then Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse, naturally. I'm a horror fan, so naturally when those games came out, I loved them right away. Not so much into the second game, Simon's Quest. It was a little bit of a different situation. But then once the Super Nintendo came out, or the Super Famicom here in the US, Super Castlevania 4, and naturally, of course, migrated over to that. And I've played some of the other ones on more of the recent consoles. Shadow of Darkness, Symphony of the Night back on PlayStation, I believe it was. There's a bunch of them. But the NES, Castlevania, I would probably say. Drew, show me the cheddar. Yep. Yes, Spy Squad, Boo Boo sequels, thumbs down, absolutely. But speaking of sequels, I'm hearing that Evil Dead Rise, the new sequel coming out, is getting crazy reviews. They're actually screening it in South by Southwest right now. And everyone is just losing their mind over it there. And I'm very excited about that. So I can't wait to watch that. I think they bumped up the release date by a month or so from what I hear. So that should be pretty awesome. Larry, what do you like more, Chick-fil-A or Raising Cane's? Well, you know what? I go to Chick-fil-A more often because they're more local to me, even though I do have a Cane's, which is not too far away down in Alhambra, which is about maybe 15 or so minutes, I guess, local. But Chick-fil-A is a lot closer, and it's just a little bit more well-rounded. But I do have to say, when I did go to Raising Cane's more recently with Funky Fresh and E-Noel, I enjoyed it. It's been a while since I've actually had it. I believe the last time I had it was when I reviewed the 3-finger combo, where they're actually, you know what? I take that back. The chicken sandwich combo, which is essentially, I think, 2 or 3 tenders on some of their Texas toast and some of their cane sauce. But it was pretty tasty. But it's been a while, and naturally, I definitely enjoyed it. Zachary Belcher, the real Carrie is the bookie, and yes, absolutely, of course. But for the movie, if you're going to choose the movie, go with the OG. Go with the OG. All right, guys, we're coming up on the review of the night. very soon here. How about a McCrispy for dinner, Drew's Food Reviews? Ha ha ha, very funny. I haven't had it since we actually had it the first time for the review here on the channel. And I think you guys all know how I felt about that. And just to segue right into some of the content from this past week, because we might as well, before I show you something, then grab the review, which I got to really be careful about. And I'm going to tell you about why when I get back in a second over here. But as you guys know, we'll just say this past week or so, I guess about 8 days or so, a little over a week, the Bacon Ranch McCrispy, just a boo-boo situation with that. It really wasn't made very well. Very small piece of chicken, not worth the $6 and change. But naturally, take a look at that review. I know that you guys have been watching that one here, judging by what's there. But it is what it is. You know, sometimes they can't all be winners, and unfortunately, that was not one of them. Guys, being that it is St. Paddy's Day, of course, Krispy Kreme rocked out all 5 variations of that there, and 3 of them were basically variations of the same thing. One just basically had chocolate frosting and a different pattern with a nice little leprechaun hat sugar piece, which was fun to do. But guys, the cookies and cream donut, I believe that's what it was called, was so crazy delicious with the gold sprinkle, and it was flashy. I mean, it looked really nice on camera. I had a lot of fun. I always have fun doing the Krispy Kreme reviews because I get to enjoy a bite out of each of those guys, and they are really delicious donuts. So as you guys know, the festivities definitely continued all throughout. I had a lot of fun putting that together, a little bit of that festive flair, because like I always say, if you're going to watch me eat a donut on camera, take a drink on camera, I want to give you something to pop to look at, something to kind of give you a little bit of entertainment value outside of just taking a bite and taking a drink. So that was a lot of fun to put together, a good time with the effects for St. Paddy's Day. Rolling right into the Taco Bell variations of their freeze drinks, which is really just a minor update to their standard blueberry, the blue raspberry, and the wild cherry, with a mixture of mango, lime, and pineapple in each of them, and they're calling them the Breeze Freeze. So you had the basically the blue raspberry Breeze Freeze and the wild cherry Breeze Freeze. I figured, you know what, let's just knock these out in one review. I think going forward, I'm going to be doing that because there's a lot of stuff to review, a lot of things to do there, and I think it makes it easier to do that as well. So giving you one review naturally with both, I think is the best way to go. If you guys are down with that, give me a frosty symbol. Give me a snowflake here in the chat if you guys are digging with that. If you guys are down with the 2 drink reviews in one. If I see a bunch of frosty flakes there, or frosted flakes, technically snowflakes are frosted flakes, right? I guess that makes sense. Staying frosty. I see you real quick there, Drew. And then guys, I had to pivot naturally because I heard about something that was going to be coming out for Wingstop the previous week prior to that. I just didn't have any other detail about how many variations it was going to have. And naturally, I decided to kick off with the Meltdown, which was really a very nice little variation of goodness of Parmesan and garlic. Really pretty tasty. And I mean, Wingstop is known for kind of coming out with their flavors naturally one at a time. But every so often they do the mix and match ones. And there was actually, I think in the 25th anniversary editions of their flavors, I guess celebrating for this since they've been around, I did a whole bunch of reviews. I think it was about a year ago, maybe. They had like Bayou barbecue and lemon pepper, and they were doing a bunch of different things. But take a look at the Wingstop playlist on my channel. You'll find all of them. But Wingstop came out with 3 different flavors naturally to celebrate or to commemorate March Madness to kick in there. So naturally they have I think it's like a hoop special or some type of all-star special where for like 21 bucks it's a bunch of wings, fries, dips, the usual, which was good stuff. But with 3 flavors, the Meltdown kicked off this week, and then naturally yesterday was the Crunch Time. Interesting names for these things here. And then, of course, tomorrow you'll find the wrap-up for that because obviously process of elimination. There's 3 flavors, 2 are live right now. You already know the 3rd one is coming. So watch for that this weekend. Naturally, I think you can know exactly when if the replay is on Sunday. For this, you already know what's going to be tomorrow for you. So while I'm at a baby shower with my family, having fun doing that, you guys will be checking out the 3rd variation of Wingstop goodness there. And then naturally this coming week will be the next layer of stuff, which I'm already in the middle of right now as well. So good times across the board with that there. And it looks like you guys are down with the snowflake action. Very nice. Tony Montana, finally got my hands on all 5 of the St. Patrick's Day Krispy Kreme flavors the other day. Which one was the green glazed one? That was the sprinkle. I believe that one was just called the sprinkle donut, or just, it was a very basic thing. I think it had like some golden sprinkle and some regular green sprinkle or something like that. It was basic, but it was still pretty tasty. But no flavoring in the icing. It was just what it was there. Chewy Lore, what's going on? Thanks so much for jumping on. Great to see you. Great to see you. All right, so there we go. Frosty, strawberry, or chocolate? I'm going to say, Scott, I'm going to say chocolate. Definitely. I'm a chocolate fan, actually. Jake Steed, you should try Donahue's in Pomona. It's been there for years, and it's so good. Cool. Cool. I meant to check that out there. It's not too far from for me to get to. Actually, bus 7332 is in Diamond Bar, which is a little bit further south from Pomona right there, so we'll have to see. Luke Johnson, I appreciate your Wingstop reviews as I have one across the street. Rick Ross, push to the limit. Nice, very cool. Yeah, I've been really kind of partaking in Wingstop a little bit more than I should lately, but that's why I balance between chicken sandwiches and fries and going in between there, so you already know. Crunch time. There was some good situations, but the ranch with that is always such a gluttonously delicious situation. It really, really was. Tony Schulp, Ian's favorite is In-N-Out Burger. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Good times. Larry Nguyen, you have a green Subway sandwich for St. Patrick's Day. You know what? When we hit the next milestone, which, guys, I believe we're about 33 subs away from hitting the 40K mark. So for all of you peeps that are watching this right now that are not subscribed to the channel, smash that subscribe button. And if you can give me a present on St. Patty's Day, that would be an easy way to remember when that happened. That would be amazing if you guys can. That would be really, really cool. So, and then we'll get up and over that that mark, which is just amazing. So putting it out there, power of intention, power of intention. If you go watching this on the replay, even the day after or so, that's cool too. But let's just see if we can knock it out. That would be awesome. Let's see here. All right, Jackie Hero Food Reviews. What's going on? Welcome to the channel. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. Happy St. Patty's Day to all of you guys. And you know what? Before we jump into that review in just about 2 or 3 minutes, let's jump in with something that I think kind of fits for St. Patty's Day. And it was a specific reason why I wanted to try this one tonight, because as you guys know, a huge Masters of the Universe fan. So of course, we're going to take a look at another one. In this case, take a look at Kobra Khan, the evil master of snakes. And look what color he happens to be. Is this fitting for St. Patty's Day or what? This guy I never had. I had some friends that had him. He used to be able to take the head off the top and then put water into the body. And then when you put the head back on, you were able to like press down on the pump on the head basically, and it would shoot water out of his mouth right there. And as you can see, it looks like there's something that's there because they give you a water effect, which you can kind of see in the back behind him there just to kind of stick in there. So you can't really kind of do the water feature anymore. But for what this is one of these snake men line for Masters of the Universe. So that's the whole theme this year. But the evil master of snakes. And if you take a look at the very back, take a look at that. As deceitful as he is dangerous, Kobra Khan uses hypnotic venom to serve his own ambitions. And he's going after Snake Armor He-Man. And it looks like we have Extendar behind He-Man right over there, which is another little nod to a character coming out down the road. But a very cool looking character. And he looks pretty vicious right there. That's some really, really cool artwork. Axel Jimenez, who does the artwork for these for this line, is just knocking it out of the park. But as you can see, you put in the blast effect, and basically to simulate that blast of venom right there, and then you can twist in powerful battle positions. And then, of course, we took a look last week at Snake Armor He-Man. Focus, focus, focus. Nayray255 donated $4.20. I appreciate that. Shouting out to you there. When April 20th rolls around, that's going to be even more fitting. But thank you, man. I appreciate that. And Zachary Belcher just subscribed to the channel. Awesome. Guys, I appreciate you guys doing that. I really do. So anyway, if you guys want to freeze this right over here, I know that it's kind of contrasty because of the white that's on here, but it's part of the Snake Men, Rise of the Snake Men line. So naturally, there's another Snake Man that you're going to see there a little bit later in the stream, so something to look forward to. But another little look at another addition to the line, Kobra Khan, Evil Master of Snakes, Retro Play, Modern Posing Retro Play. Very, very cool looking character. And again, like I said, never had him as a kid. Glad to have him now. Let's see. Ian, you should call your store Peep This Drip. Maybe I should actually have a shirt that says Peep This Drip. So that'll be like you wearing it. That would be kind of cool. We'll have to see. Let's see here. So you guys, let's see. Do you have the He-Man figure with the rotating chest? Yes, I do. That's Battle Armor He-Man. When you smack the chest, it rolls for battle damage. Yes, I do have that. I've showed that way back in the day. Gumpo Chunk is, yes, he used to squirt back in the day. And I do remember Downer Riders Spy Squad. I do. That's pretty awesome. Chewy Laura, wear your clothes green or you will get pinched. Well, I'm wearing a hat. A little bit of green in there. A little bit of green in there. All right, guys, I think it's time to jump into this right over here. It's Beer Drank. What it do, brother? Congratulations on the nuptials again. I got to put that out there to you guys. Jump on over to Beer Drank Shorty's channel. You got to take a look. He's actually got a podcast video up discussing a few things. But shout outs there to you, of course. And yeah, I mean, I got to show the motu goodness. You already know what it is. There'll be another one coming later on down the line. You'll see here. But shout outs to you, Beer Drank. I appreciate you, brother. Thanks so much for jumping on. Robert Giles, quote, he used to squirt back in the day. Hard stop right there. All right, guys, I'm going to go jump and grab the review. We're going to come back and give this a shot. Andrew Pinion, happy St. Patrick's Day. Your videos are a standard in professionalism and a real gem. Oh, thank you. I really do enjoy watching them. Thank you so much for that. Man, you just humbled me greatly with your kind words. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's a little bit of that journalistic background, I guess, that I have, and just content creating is a passion. But Andrew, I'm glad you're digging it. Thank you so much for letting me know that, and it means a great deal. It really does. It really does blow me away. Thank you for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, Tony Montana, we'll talk about the third episode of The Mandalorian just a little bit here. Let me grab the review to get this going, and it's very important that I do that because I'm a little worried about something, and I'll explain about what that is as soon as I get back. So talk amongst yourselves. Hang tight with all the peeps here in the community. Shout outs to all the amazing peeps. And again, Larry, I'm thinking of you with everything going on right now in your world, and especially for Ed Keaton on top of that, being in the hospital at the moment as well. Let's see if we can get you guys distracted just a little bit more when I get back here. So I will be right back. Hang tight and don't go anywhere. Happy St. Paddy's Day, guys.
Welcome to Peep This Out Reviews with Ian K.
Stay frosty.
All right, guys, I am back. And Larry, I did answer your question right there. I used to be a WWF fan before it was World Wrestling Federation, known as WWF naturally there. But because of the, I think it was worldwide, something with animals or something like that, they had an issue with that. They changed it to WWE. I think it was like in the 90s at some point. But I was back in the day for Hulk Hogan, Macho Man Randy Savage. That was my thing back in the day. But not so much, you know, maybe a little bit of the Rock era, but I really wasn't really too into it by that point. Just checking in here and there as well. All right, so I am back into it, guys. And the reason that I wanted to make sure I was really kind of curious about this is because whenever I review something cold, I always want to make sure that it keeps its composure, because naturally I worry about how it's going to be here. So this is going to be kind of fun to check out there. And being that it's St. Paddy's, you guys may remember about 2 years ago, I actually checked out something that was test marketing here at my local Mickey D's that I was very surprised to see, because I figured, you know what? you know, with the Shamrock Shake and everything that was going to be coming out around that time, you know, I always said to myself, it's kind of surprising. Why wouldn't they have a McFlurry variation of the Shamrock Shake? And ironically, when I reviewed what they were test marketing, it was called the Oreo Mint Shake, or the Oreo Mint McFlurry, I should say, is what it was. And then ironically, a year later, it came out official. And that's actually what I never came back to check out again until now. And I know my sister's going to be salivating with this one because she's down with McFlurry. Any variation of this is going to be pretty amazing. So, of course, I wanted to give this a go to see if I remember what this was like. And I think I remembered I really enjoyed it. Even though mint is not really my thing, this variation from Mickey D's is a lovely situation. So the only downside with this so far is naturally these cups have gotten a little bit thinner, which I've noticed, and the price has gone up, of course. So $3.99 for what is effectively now known around this time of the year as the Oreo Shamrock McFlurry, the original Oreo Mint McFlurry from back in the day that I checked out, which I'm so happy to have that on my channel. I think I went back and I changed the thumbnail to that to be the Oreo McFlurry, Oreo Shamrock McFlurry. I think I changed it. But when you watch the video, it's basically that. So I was worried about this because I actually picked this up about an hour ago. And ironically, when I was getting back, I put it in the freezer for a bit and let it do its thing. And right before I went live, I transferred it down to the fridge section of my fridge, and it's held its composure very, very nicely. So basically what this is, guys, is their vanilla soft serve mixed up with their classic Oreo goodness right over there. And it's whipped up with some of their Shamrock syrup, the minty green syrup action. So you can kind of see how it looks right over there in the cup there, but a lovely situation. And just so you guys know, I know it's a lot of information. I actually rocked out with one of these little dairy pills that I just took right now beforehand, just to be on the safe side. But yeah, it smells like minty action, and this is definitely loaded up. Noel, take you a look at that, eat your heart out. I would highly recommend jumping on over to give this a shot. Before I even get into this, I already know this is going to be pretty crazy. It smells pretty good. Let's give this a go. The official re-review, my first time coming back to it in a couple of years officially, the Oreo Shamrock McFlurry 2023 here on Peep This Out Reviews live. Let's give it a shot. Oh, that mint is strong with this one right now. Wow. The Oreo action, if you guys know, they put the vanilla goodness into the cup first. They dump a whole bunch of Oreos. They put the spoon, which is not a straw, into the machine. They whip it up around with that syrup action. I was kind of watching this when I was in the drive-thru checking this out. But man, this is a very decadent situation right now. Very, very tasty. The mint is strong. The Oreo is strong. It's hitting all the right notes right now with me, and it's festive. Guys, it's St. Patty's Day, and I'm rocking out with a St. Patty's Day treat. This is the only way to do it right now. You need to be jumping on over to Mickey D's to do this tonight at some point, just to kind of round it out for yourself. It's really good. It's making me so hungry for dinner right now. Wow. That is crazy. We'll do another couple more on this, but it's smooth, it's rich, it's luscious, it's creamy. The mint is hitting beautifully on this. It's not overly sweet, but the Oreo is such a banging combination. You know, actually the main combo that I like is really just the regular Oreo McFlurry, to be honest. These promo flavors are awesome, but I really love the fact that it is just hitting so beautifully right now. And if you're having it on the holiday, it's even better. So let's keep going in for a couple more. And I feel even better that I'm protected with the digestion portion of it right now. Wow. Crazy, crazy good. So, all right, you know what? We're going to do a couple more from this point because I want to keep giving you the enticing shots. You know, I'm all about the money shots on my videos with these content pieces that I put out. High quality foodie content right over there to give you that idea about you should be jumping on over to give this a shot. And I think most of you guys should be able to do this right now. $3.99, a little bit of a premium, but it's up there. Definitely in terms of flavor, I should say. So the price is a little bit easier to swallow. And the fact that it's so delicious on top of it is just making me want to keep going in. So let's keep going in. Banging. All right. One more, I think you can tell I like this, right? The Oreo Shamrock McFlurry for 2023. Pretty legendary for the holiday, on top of the Shamrock Shake naturally, but I think this is the better way to go. I'm just a fan of the McFlurry in general. This really is what you want to go with. By far, super delicious, not too sweet, very creamy, very rich, very festive, and it's just a banging situation. A very happy St. Patrick's Day to each and every one of you guys watching right now. Even if it's on the replay, this is still going to be available for a bit. Get yourself an Oreo Shamrock McFlurry. Delicious stuff. Wow. That's so good. Okay. Score out of 10. I'm just going to do a rock solid 10 on that, to be honest, because I love the base that it's working with, because naturally you've got the Oreo action on the inside. And of course, with the creamy Shamrock goodness that's like swirled all throughout, it's not overpowering the flavor. So the dominant flavor of Oreo is there with a little bit of that minty action. So delicious stuff all around. Very, very nice on the official McFlurry review. Okay, well, I'm going to sneak one more little one right here. Good. Very good. All right. 10 out of 10 on that. All right, so let's see here. Let me jump back on over to the chat. Wow. You know, I said it wasn't very sweet, but I have a feeling the right side of my face is going to flip out here in a second. Craziness right now, craziness. All right, so let's see here. John Hendren, I found I was lactose intolerant during a date when we went to Cold Stone Creamery and then back to her place. Long story short, I had to go home. Oh no, John, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. You know, for me, it's hit or miss. I can't really do like straight milk, things like I used to do. Ice cream is a little hit or miss at the same time. But you know, it's like I said, if you just take something, I just started doing that recently within like in the last month, I've been actually doing that. So I may actually do some regular reviews for some of the things that I'd like to do, and some of you guys request actually, but I've always been on the fence because of that. So man, I feel you, John. Believe me, that's not a good situation with that too. So it could be a combination of how cold it is that's upsetting you too. But just to be on the safe side, if you just take something to go with it, you know, that usually helps. So I've been doing that pretty consistently with that too. But you know, man, I feel you. I feel your pain with that. I do. Doybird, I wish they sold mint ice cream year round and not just for Irish Day. Yes, you know, I'm sure you can actually just get like mint chocolate chip, you know, regular stuff, but the coloring, the festive, you know, the festive like, you know, for what it is, of course it's around this time in there. Drew's Food Reviews, a banging mint situation for sure. Yes, it is. It's good stuff. Very, very good stuff. Let's see here. Irish writing is well known for around the world from Get You. Very cool. Very cool. Noel, do you deliver? What am I, Uber Eats? I guess I probably could. Spice Squad, milk reviews incoming. That's funny, man. That's funny. All right, Tony Montana. Thoughts on The Mandalorian season 3 or season 3? So far, it's a little all over the place. I mean, I get where they're going with, at least this last episode was kind of cool. A little bit more like Andor a little bit there. They kind of like, they pulled a Book of Boba Fett where the main show became like a whole chunk of something else for a little while. And that's really the third episode of Mandalorian, which was good. I mean, I loved it. I love the whole, like the intricacies of the Empire and the people trying to rehabilitate into kind of their, you know, in the New Republic now. But the story is a little bit all over the place, just a little bit so far. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I'm liking it naturally. It's entertaining. So I really thought it was pretty cool. Let's see. Yes, Chris Brown, what's going on? Yes, the Taco Bell Volcano menu is coming back. I know, I'm excited about that, of course. I reviewed all that back in the day. Those are fun videos that I put together. I think I did the quesarito, the volcano quesarito, and I believe the burrito. There was like a few different things that I did, and I think I had some volcano effects and things like that as well. Funky Fresh, always use that protection. Amen, brother. Amen. Oh, good times, good times. Ed Keaton, you have a very happy St. Patrick's Day as well. Safe, blessed weekend. And make sure you're home before the weekend is out, preferably. Please. I really want to hear that on the next stream, that you are You didn't stay the whole weekend where you are, so we're thinking of you, man. Absolutely. Julian Shrine, drinking warm green milk before bed tonight. May Irish eyes wake me and watch me sleep. That's very cool. Very nice. I don't know why I keep thinking when you said that warm green milk, I'm thinking of like Ovaltine, and then I instantly thought of Young Frankenstein for some reason because of that one scene going up the stairs or something like that, where she's asking Frankenstein if he'd like something warm to drink or to go to sleep or something, and then Ovaltine, and he's like no, or something along those lines. My sister knows. I'm sure she can probably enlighten here in the chat. Drew's Food Reviews. Uber Peeps, we deliver. Very nice. Zachary Klein, Drew's Food Reviews. He could say we deliver high quality food. Not sure if anyone would get it. Yes, that's cool, Zach. I appreciate that. High quality foodie feature foods to you. That is awesome. That is awesome, awesome, awesome. Spice Squad, don't know about Volcano Menu. Pete, this is great news for the boys. Don't feed Jip. Yes, I'm telling you, it's all variations of the same Chipotle type sauce that they have with a little bit of extra kick. So it's going to be one of those things down the line. Burning, what's going on? When are you going to do hot sauce reviews? Oh man, that's not really my forte. I'd rather review it on actual food, direct that way. I think that's what you probably mean, but I'm not, I like spice, but it's a little bit of an acquired thing with me in terms of that. I'm not really like an aficionado of it. So depending upon what I'm reviewing, if it happens to be a heated situation, of course I'm going to give it a shot. Chewy Lord, did you know that Rey Mysterio is going to the Hall of Fame? I did not know that, but that's cool. Very cool. A lot of the old guard from back in the day have all been, indoctrinated into the Hall of Fame for wrestling and stuff. And now the newer age is the same exact thing. Zach Belcher, we got a second review tonight? No, that was the only one I wanted to do, just a specific for that there. Like I said, I was thinking about getting a Krispy Kreme green donut, but there would be nothing exciting about that except me just enjoying that. But then I thought having a donut on top of that McFlurry right now, that would not be recommended. So it's all about balance. When you see my reviews, it's all about balance. That's what I'm trying to do. Let's see here. High quality food every week from Drew's Food Reviews. Tony Montana, I finally got a chance to try the new Mint Mobile Shake from Jack in the Box. Very cool. Absolutely loved it. Strong recommend from me. Nice, 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 nice. I just saw that Ryan Reynolds, who he owns part of Mint Mobile naturally and part of the commercials, of course, just sold off Mint Mobile to T-Mobile for $1.35 billion. So he's not going to get a whole $1.35 billion because he's a major a shareholder. I don't think he's a majority shareholder, but he's part. But he's going to get a nice little bit of change from that, clearly. Let's see here. Zach, Volcano is so overrated. It's just another variation of saying they're kicked up Chipotle sauce. It was tasty, I remember, and I think it had more of like an orangey look to it. I think that when I did that review, it was like in a separate little container or something along those lines back in the day. So we'll have to see. But I do like it. Naturally, with Taco Bell, I mean, how bad could it really be? Come on. Cody Rhodes is the man. Yes, 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 Beer Drag. Absolutely. Absolutely. And Beer, just because I know you're also down with Motu as well. Hopefully you got that Roboto, which has been available on Big Bad Toy Store right now. And actually with that link that I sent you there. Let's jump into, finally, the last one of the evening. Another one of the Snake Men, Rattlor, evil creature with the quick strike head. Now this one, a lot of my friends had. I didn't have some of the newer. These are part of the newer line. I was already living out here in California by the time these were actually on the market, so I was actually out of it by then. But this one actually had a very cool feature, which I'm going to show you here on the back. But again, another one of the Snake Men, and a very cool looking character with that Rattlor head. And actually, you can hear on the inside, it's got that rattle, which is kind of cool. So it makes fearsome battle rattle before attacking, which is nice. Now, the attack feature, as you'd expect, when I was a kid and I saw this, there was something you pressed in the back that would make his head shoot out on the very top right there. And as you can see, Rattlor serves as one of King Hiss's most loyal henchmen and general in the Snake Men army. So naturally, Snake Mountain's in the background right over there, which is actually coming out in the fall. So, that's going to be something to look forward to. But Rattlor had a feature that you can actually shoot his head out and attack like a snake. And as you can see, he's trying to go at it with He-Man, Snake Armor He-Man. This variation kind of boo-boos it out, and they basically make it as an attachment. And that's the thing that kind of is sad with this particular one. But it's cool looking, but you can essentially affix that little extension piece onto the head and then put that into the character and then shake him around, and then there you go, and that's the effect. So if you want to read up on the Snake Man lore right over there, when that kind of focuses in, if it catches it, definitely take a look at that. I'll try and keep it as steady as I can, but I think it did a little early, so you can probably check it out there. But as you can see, guys, very cool. And on the bottom of this one, there's a little headpiece you can kind of see hanging out in the background right over there. So, you know, not exactly the same, but in theory, they try and make him look the part, which is kind of cool. But I love the design. He looks really cool. And again, he's got that vintage look, and everything about him looks really, really slick. But Rattlor, very, very cool feature with this. So, like I said, I always pre-order, you know, when these things are made available, to get them as low cost as possible, and then I kind of forget about them, and then they just start showing up. And then that's what it is. And these things just go up in value really quickly. I guess I've been seeing online, a lot of people are looking for a lot of these. But it's really, as long as you're up on it and you pre-order it and you just get that out of the way, you don't have to go with eBay exclusive, so to speak. And then, you know, there you go. So very cool. Now that guy is scary, Russ Meyer says. Yes, he is. Rattlor and Kobra Khan. And I like these guys. They're pretty cool. So let me give you a side-by-side shot of each of them. I have these protective carriers, these holders that they go into, which is kind of cool. So to keep them all nice and dust-free. Really, really fun stuff. Good times across the board with that. Let's see. Nayray 255 to Larry Nguyen. What should Ian's finishing move be called? That's a good question. If I was a Mortal Kombat character, what would my finishing move be called? That would be kind of cool. Larry Nguyen, would you like to be a WWE superstar? No, I'm good. I am good. Wayne Doofus, Taco Bell near me has a new taco flavored milkshake for Cinco de Mayo. How cool is that? Very cool. I would assume it's like a nice cinnamon flavored situation with that. Considering you don't see stuff like that aside from just their freeze drinks, that would be something to look forward to. That would be something to really look forward to. Drastic Actions. Let's see there. Drew, dig out that pumpkin spice bottle and mix it with green by Yes, it would be green by now, Drew. It would. Again, that's hiding over here still from Duncan. I don't remember. It's somewhere in my office here. I got to look around for that. That was still very cool by being given a whole bottle of pumpkin spice. Naturally, the shelf life, I'm sure it's well past the time. Although I do have a bottle of Mac sauce that I went to an event a couple of years back, actually 3 years back, I believe. When they were giving out limited edition, there was 10,000 bottles of Mac sauce. I still have it in my fridge, believe it or not. It is still there. So obviously I'm not touching it. But it's a keepsake, of course, like most of the stuff is for these things that I collect. But good times with that. All right, let's see. A few more things here, and I am so ready for dinner. You have no idea. Tony Schultz, where do you display all your Motu figures at? They're hiding behind you. They're all lined up on these shelves, all over here, up on top. In the corner, I actually have them on little push pins. I have these little, like the little clear caps, like on the walls, and I have them kind of like lined up. And basically, the ones that I have on the walls, they're inside these cases, and they have the little spot on the very top, so they hang there, which is kind of cool. So for protection, that's how I do that. But they are all behind me, but they're being blanked out by the lights in there. So, and especially right up on the very top, all of that is all Motu. So it is all there. And actually, I'm starting to kind of stack some things on the floor here because I'm running out of room just a little bit. So that's the main reason for that. Larry Nean, do you have any games on your phone? Nothing that I'm playing currently. I played Call of Duty. I put on there just to kind of check it out a while back. A couple little mini games, nothing that really jumps out. But nothing that I'm playing actively right now. Like I said, I'm so in depth with content creating that I'm always doing that or catching up on shows on Netflix and maybe doing some late night gaming. I just jumped back into The Last of Us Part 2 for a little bit on PlayStation, PS4, because I don't have PS5 just yet. So it's still an amazing game. I love it, and just fantastic stuff there as well. And I just started watching You on Netflix. I'm just about to finish season 1, and that's a pretty wild show. I see what people are talking about with that. So that's an easy recommendation right there. Funky Fresh, Noel and I are ready for dinner too. I bet you are. One of these days I'm going to do a surprise and just show up with some food as Uber Peeps instead of Uber Eats. Uber Peeps, there you go. Oh, wow, I just made it funny. And I think there you go, right there. Yes, Pedro Pascal speaks to the human emotion in all of us. I agree. Burning, what's for dinner? You know, I'm kind of, In-N-Out does sound pretty good, I have to admit. So I may have to give that a go. It is actually something that I think that would go pretty nice right now. Considering the sweet factor that I'm getting with the McFlurry, the Oreo Shamrock, that would be something to do there. Let's see, Uber Peeps. Yes, great. Russ Meyer, there you go. I'm telling you. I think the thing from last week we did with Coconut was too funny with that move drink. That was too much from last week. So I think now we're even with that as well too. Let it food you too, Ian. Hope you're doing well. I appreciate that official channel of the Frog Mafia. Shout outs to you, man. That's awesome. Thanks so much for jumping on. Very cool. Manuel G. Wow, say hi to Summer. To my wife, Laugh Out Loud. She's watching on the TV. Shout outs to you, Summer. Thanks so much for watching right now. I appreciate you being here, as well as your love and the love of your life who's here as well with you. Manuel G. Hopefully I didn't butcher that there. Manuel G. What it do? Thanks so much. I appreciate that. Shout outs to you and Summer. Thanks for watching me on your TV and just spending a little bit of time for me here on St. Patty's Day. I appreciate that greatly. Russ Meyer, Coconut. Yes, still, I'm telling you, a coconut flavored Coke. I'm surprised they didn't just call it that, but obviously with Rosalia, they had to do the whole thing. I would do coconut as like a flavor. That would be so cool. That really would be. Really, really would be good times. Good times indeed. Well, guys, let me take this moment to thank each and every one of you for joining me yet again this week on live stream. Again, another one is in the bag. We are so great to be able to produce these pieces of content for you here. Naturally, I'm saying so great for us because naturally as a community, that's the only way that these things really work. So the fact that you guys are here means a great deal to me. Thank you so much for being here. And spending a little bit of your time. Hopefully you're not going to be as hungover tomorrow. If you're celebrating right now, hopefully this stream is finding you happy and healthy. Shout out to Larry Nguyen for what you're going through right now. To Ed Keaton, if you're still watching from the hospital too. I hope everything is okay with you there. And again, just thinking of you, of course. Nere, what would it take for you to do a long stream? An hour is not enough sometimes. You know, I used to do actually a little over 2, almost 3 hours at one point in the car. But I would get really, really cold. So we'll have to see about how it can go. Maybe doing something for when we hit milestones, things like that as well. We'll see about doing something a little bit longer as like more of a structured type of thing, because I know the hour goes by very fast. But like they always say, it's always good to keep them wanting more, right? So that way we have something to have you come back to check out. So I actually have a lot of fun with it, but on the real, I do appreciate you guys always being here, and I love doing these for you, and I'm able to as well. Just me out here, you always have fun as well too. Thanks so much. I appreciate that as well. I'm glad you're digging the streams. And yes, it was a very quick hour. It seriously was. But I got to tell you, considering how hungry I am right now, I'm like so famished. I can eat literally just like a lot. I'm very hungry. Uber Peeps, over 1 million coconuts delivered. There you go, Drew. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Well, guys, you're going to have a 40-hour stream for 40,000 subs? Wow, well, that would be something to think about. Like 3 days plus 24, well, 24 times 2, like a day and 3/4 roughly. That would be wild. I don't even know if my connection, I'd have to stay plugged in. I've never had my laptop on that long. That would be kind of crazy to do. But we'll have to see. But guys, like I said, we're so close to 40K right now. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, if you can help do me a solid, that would be amazing. If before midnight, miraculously, that surfaced, I would be blown away by that. So the power of intention, that would be pretty cool. Hopefully by the next time I talk to you guys, we're going to see that. I have a feeling we will, knock on wood. But it's going to be a good time. But again, thank you so much for jumping on. I'm going to be here in the chat for a little bit until the stream ends, typically about a minute or so, as always. So just to round out with one of the 2 outros, as always, this is the NK officially closing out the official St. Patty's Day live stream from March 17th, 2023. And like I always say, I've got brand new content every single week here on my channel. So stay tuned for the next review coming real soon. In the meantime, stay frosty and stay healthy and stay happy and try not to think about what you can't control. Think about what you can control. And I got to start listening to my own advice because believe me, I'm going through it right now. So craziness across the board. Let's see your last few things. Shout outs to all of you guys here in the chat. Man, there's so many of you guys here. Yes, it went very, very fast, Sherry. It did. Zach, could you eat before next week's stream? Sometimes I do, but I actually love celebrating a really fun stream with something really, really good to eat right after. So I'll see about having like a little snack or something to kind of keep me going, I think, a little bit. How about that? So that way it doesn't seem like I'm so famished all the time. Let's see here. Last couple of things. Much love to you as well, Logular. Thanks so much for jumping on. Larry Nguyen, of course, to you as well. Was that Gichi Hafaler? Hopefully I said that correctly. I hope I didn't butcher that there. But thank you. You too, my friend. Goodbye to you as well, temporarily until the next stream. Let's see. Chewy Laura, you should take Carol to In-N-Out. You know, actually, it's been a while since she's gone to In-N-Out. So that may be something to consider too. I will suggest it. I will suggest it. Let's see here. Spice Squad, great stream. Stay frosty, you as well. I appreciate that. Drew's Food Reviews next week, the 40K Subway review. Inquiring minds want to know. Larry Nguyen, my PS system is not good to make YouTube channels. Talking to Chewy Lore. Good times, good times, good times. Sticker collecting. Thanks so much for jumping on. Shouting out to Ed Keaton as well. Hope you're okay in the hospital. Shout outs to Ed. I'm telling you, man, just I really want to hear something good from you the next time we stream here. So please, 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 please. Larry Nguyen, can you do home cooking reviews? Maybe we'll see about doing something that's cooked and I can kind of review, but I want to have something that you guys can go out and get at the same time too. So we'll have to see. So, all right, guys, with that, so let me jump on over here real quick. See here, Russ, he's looking forward to a trip down to Raising Cane's next week. That should help him grow. I'm about 6'3", so believe me, I think my growing is done. I think I'm good with that, so we'll have to see. But shout outs to each and every one of you guys. Again, the brand new review for tomorrow, Process of Elimination, obviously for Wingstop, coming your way 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then you will have this replay, which will be up Sunday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And of course, take a look at those chapter headings. If you've made it all the way through to the end of the replay you're watching right now, thank you, thank you, thank you for doing that. I greatly appreciate it, and hopefully you've subscribed as well, because naturally, if you've made it this far in and you haven't subscribed, I'm beginning to wonder why you wouldn't. Definitely make sure you hit that subscribe button, and definitely do the bell notification, even though you may not get that notification 100% of the time. Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is when we do this live. I'd love to be able to interact with you directly. And again, to all my super chatters and PayPalers and people who have sent directly to support the channel through Patreon as well, thank you as always for doing what you do. Of course, your names are down below in the description box as a huge thank you. And to everyone watching on the replay, thank you for doing that. So with that, let me jump on over. Shout outs to you, Jackie Heroes Food Reviews as well. Scott Messerschmidt, absolutely. James Morrison, Zach Klein, James Morrison, Scott Messerschmidt. I'm all jumping in down over here. There we go. Great to see you. Can Peep dunk? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm a tall guy. All right. And it looks like, all right, I think we are good. All right, it is time for me to get some nutrition in my system. And shout outs to Mickey D's, hashtag unsponsored, a banging situation with the Oreo Shamrock McFlurry. Definitely good stuff over there. Russ, thanks so much for jumping on. Funky Fresh, Peep Only Dunks Donuts. Oh, wow. Wow, Home Slice has got jokes, you know? All right, guys, happy St. Paddy's Day. Please, if you're out and about doing your deal right now, have somebody drive you home. I want to see you here on the next stream. And homie hugs to each and every one of you guys as well. I appreciate it. Like I always say, you guys make the world go round, and I appreciate you making my channel one of your stops here on YouTube. All the amazing content creators in the food niche doing it on the daily. Shout outs to all of you guys. And I will definitely talk to you soon. Shout outs to Jeff's Comps too, as well. Night, night. Just me out there. Have a nice night all. Is saying his to everybody. Yes, Funky Fresh, you know. All right, I will talk to you guys later. You'll see me on the next stream, and of course, the next piece of content. And of the over 1,800 plus pieces of current content on my channel right now, it never stops. So take a look at all that good stuff. And by all means, take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon. And with that, peace.